Hey guys, we got another Zoom hearing. We start off in small claims court. I left this part in. Keep an eye on the on the
And
top
he
right
was
of the
a
guy
client?
working on his
Hired me.
backflow in the
Okay,
middle of
so he
Middleton's court.
folks hired you to
It's
do
pretty
work and
funny.
failed to pay wages.
And equipment rental fees.
I'm gonna accept that certified mail signature. He wants to move to set the default aside. Just a minute. Just a minute. Mr. Wenzel? Mr. Wenzel,
Yes, sir.
you're being sued in a small claims case and you're running a backhoe, making all kinds of noise, wearing a hat. So get out of the backhoe, go somewhere. You're in a trial. She's suing you for $6,500. Pretend like you care about it and it's not an inconvenient nuisance. I couldn't figure out what that noise was. You can stay there, but shut the thing off and stop operating it. All right, that leaves two contested matters of some significance. Three defaults. We're going to start with Vollmer versus Wenzel. And then we'll do the other one because there's a lawsuit and a countersuit. Ms. Vollmer, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Wenzel, would you please raise your right hand? This is file 23612SC, Christina Vollmer versus Tyler Wenzel. Do you both swear or affirm that any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is a claim for $6,500. Ms. Vollmer contends that there was a fire and the defendant's house burned, and she was reimbursed by her insurance company, but she claims that she had $6,000. She claims she had $9,000 cash that was burned up, and she's suing for $6,500. Mr. Wenzel answered, "I'm not liable for the fire. The cause of the fire is undetermined. She hasn't proved damages. There's no proof that she had $9,000. And if her insurance company wouldn't pay it, and my insurance company wouldn't pay it, why should I have to pay it, essentially?" So, Ms. Vollmer,
Yes, sir.
why do you believe he owes you $6,500?
That was money that was basically saved. That was first time after my divorce that I was actually able to save some money. I wasn't home at the time of the fire. I carry responsibilities pretty far out when I'm grilling or doing anything as far as messing with flames when I have neighbors. The only thing he can say is that, well, I got a new house out of it. If I wanted a new house, I would have went and bought one. I worked really hard into saving that money. I basically had another job under the table, just, paying my bills, wrapping cars, helping out Morris Motorsports out in White Pigeon. And that was money that I was able to save. And I was very proud of myself to finally be able to save some money after getting rid of my ex-husband who spent it all.
Well, how do you intend to prove that you had $9,000 cash in there?
I sent pictures of a video that I took of it. The ladies at the court just told me to take screenshots as best as
Well,
I
I
can.
see the pictures of where you say it was.
Yes, it was in my mother's cabinet, along with
Yes,
all my
but there
mother's
is no
stuff.
picture of $9,000. There's a picture of a cabinet. There's a picture of you holding wads of cash
Yes,
And you
sir.
claim you got a $600,000 settlement.
No, that
Um,
was a joke. At the bottom of it, it said see more where you pushed it. And I sent you that too, that text as well.
I didn't understand that, but there's I guess not a very funny joke. I got paid off $4,000 in debt, got my $678,000, credit score 760. My finances are flourishing. I'm buying a new house. So you say you had $9,000, but there's no proof of it other than you say you had it. You filed a claim with your insurance, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what did they say about your $9,000?
That I would have to take them to court because the only way they don't cover cash. They gave me $250 out of the $9,000. That's what they did cover. But as far as the rest of it, I would have to take them to court, to small claims court.
Take them or take Mr.
Take
Wenzel?
Mr. Wenzel. And that's what I'm doing. I don't know nothing about the legal system. I try to stay away from you guys. So when
Well,
they
that's
told me
probably a
that,
good idea.
excuse me.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so that's not a wise idea to leave $9,000 worth of cash, but I don't have any way of knowing whether you actually had $9,000 worth of cash. Your insurance company wouldn't pay for it. Apparently his
Right.
insurance company wouldn't pay for it.
Well, I got it from
Why,
and I sent you my bank statements of the unemployment, putting it into my bank. And that's when I took it out, is because of COVID. I think everybody pretty much took out their money from the bank because we had no clue of what was going to happen next.
Not true.
all right, Mr. Wenzel, what do you say about this?
Thanks, Your Honor. Basically, I've already spelled out my reasoning from the court papers that I have to file. As you already stated, I'm not liable there. She hasn't proved the damages, and she hasn't proved beyond perpetuous of evidence. The money amounts that she has in the pictures, if you go through and add them up, they don't even equate to the amount of money she's trying to sue me for one. And then for two, her bank statements don't align up to $6,500.
They line up to $9,000.
So many inconsistencies. There's so many inconsistencies that I can tell you what my real thought is on the situation, but I'm all facts and data. It's her duty to prove, it's not mine. And so she can't prove the money. Another one too is, COVID money is relief money. That should be used in proper ways. So you need to be buying food, you need to be paying for housing, you need to be doing that. So for her to bring money out of the bank, it's not smarter. She should be using it for actual things that she needs. But there's just so many instances going on here.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Wenzel, are you still at 521?
Yes, that's where I get my mail, sir.
But your house is not there. Is that
No,
correct?
sir.
The house burned.
Correct. House burned.
Was the cause of the fire ever determined?
Not that I know of.
I talked to the firefighter after this. All
right, I lost him.
There.
Yes. Was the cause of the fire ever determined?
It was not. Ever since, this matter happened like 2.5 years ago. Once I got the letters in the mail, I was pretty shocked myself. But I called the fire department up. I went and talked to Bloomington, and Bloomington's not the fire chief anymore. So then I figured out who was, and I got the paperwork I submitted. But no, there's no cause that they whatever.
All right. Ms. Vollmer,
Yes, sir.
did they build your house on that lot?
Yes.
So you're
They
at
they didn't rebuild it. They just gutted it and then put some sprayed some smoke damage stuff in it, and then rebuilt what was gutted out.
All right. Well, he makes a couple of points.
Mhm.
One, you have the burden of proving the case beyond a preponderance of the evidence. Also, there has to be some liability. So let's assume there was a power surge and his house burned up.
Okay.
In the meantime, it caught your house on fire. Well, that's not his fault. He had home insurance, you had home insurance. The home
Correct.
insurance you had apparently did not cover cash. So because he had now if he started the fire himself negligently or intentionally, perhaps he's got some causation, but we don't know what started the fire. He lost his house. You were foolish enough to have $9,000 worth of cash sitting in your house. Also foolish enough to flash pictures on YouTube saying, please come over and rob me. I have $2,000 worth of $100 bills and 120.
I didn't post anything on YouTube, sir.
Oh, on Facebook.
I didn't flash nothing on Facebook either, sir.
Okay, good. That was
a personal video that I took myself.
So A, there's no causation proven.
I heard it was a grill that he didn't put the lid on the grill, and a piece of
nobody's
coal or
able to
whatever went into the
establish
garage.
that.
That's what the fire department told me.
Well, there's no evidence to that effect. You had insurance, he had insurance.
Yes, sir.
So that's the other. Then there's no proof that you had $9,000 except your testimony under oath. His testimony is, I don't know. You've got some bank accounts which may or may not substantiate it, but your insurance company wouldn't pay it. A, they didn't have proof that you had that much money, and B,
they didn't ask for proof.
well, they wouldn't cover it anyway, so they sick you on small claims court. I find that the defendant has not, or is right, the plaintiff has the burden of proof, and the plaintiff has not established cause or preponderance of evidence to establish the amount was lost. So I find for the defendant, and the damages are zero. I guess lesson learned, don't keep large amounts of cash in your house or make sure it's covered by your insurance. But you can't recover in this forum. I'm sorry, I thought you really had recovered $678,000.
No, sir. It was all a joke. Somebody posted it and I shared it. I thought it was funny.
Well, I didn't get it. I thought you really got it, but you're not going to get this either. So I'm sorry.
That's fine.
All right. I find for the defendant, I find the plaintiff had not met the sufficient burden of proof. All right, Mr. Wenzel, you go back to digging a hole.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Ms. Fulmer, best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Well, there you have it, ladies and germs. Lesson to be learned. You know, like Middleton said, don't keep that much cash in your house. I mean, Christ, you'd be safer investing it in Bitcoin. There are a lot of volatile markets out there, but like the most volatile of all is out in the wild in cash, just waiting to be stolen or burnt up. I'm honestly surprised you didn't get robbed sooner and it was a fire that got it. It's just, it's inviting something bad to happen. I don't know. I would constantly be worrying about it. And what was with the cause of the fire not being determined? I spent a little time in fire investigations in college, and I could have sworn they always determine a cause. I don't know. Maybe things have changed. It's been like a decade or plus since I was in fire school. Anyways, if you like this video, I'd really appreciate any support you could throw my way. I'm like really having a tough time getting anything into the algorithm lately, so like, I don't know, it's really bumming me out. So anything you guys could do to hopefully try and push my stuff would be really appreciated. I have other Zoom court hearings up on my channel. I have a playlist that's on screen now. If it's not already, it'll be popping up here in a second. Likes, comments, subscriptions, all that stuff really goes a long way into, helping the channel, and it motivates me to make more of these. So just before you go, if you consider hitting that thumbs up before you go, I'd really appreciate it, like I said. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye.